Hey everyone, what is going on? So we're actually doing more Twilight videos. A lot of you had said, no, I want the Twilight to continue. I want all the specific cups to continue. I want more videos. So I do appreciate that. So that's exactly what we will be doing. So anyway, doing several battles here in this video, beginning with that shiny Mightyena, switching it out for the Crobat. He does have his Golbat, and I am going to be able to knock out Golbat quickly before he can knock me out. He did do a lot of damage though. He switches into that shiny Honchkrow and going to go for the Sludge Bomb. He's going to block it. So I'm going to go ahead and switch back into Mightyena. I have no choice. Now, this is not the best moveset at all for Mightyena. I have Fire Fang. It also gets Bite, which is probably what I would recommend. But Fire Fang is good as well, so probably the Bite. But anyway, I have Poison Fang on it, and you don't want Poison Fang. You probably want Crunch and Play Rough, both of those moves if you go in with a 2-move set. So yeah, not the best Mightyena, but I just wanted to try it out because it was already at 1498 CP. So I decided to bring it just for fun. I'm not going to bring Mightyena into the tournament. I also have a high CP Clefable, and yeah, I definitely want to try out that Clefable, so I can't wait to try that out. But anyway, continuing the battle, we're going into the next battle, beginning with a Togekiss. He does have his Golbat, so I'm just going to keep it in for right now, deciding to switch it out to Crobat because I knew that I would be able to do a lot of damage on it. I mean, he does a lot of damage on me as well. I do go ahead and use my shield on that Air Cutter, and he's going to, I'm going to get off a Shadow Ball, so this is going, well, would have done a lot of damage, but it does force him to waste the shield, so I'm really excited about that, of course. Using the Sludge Bomb, he decides not to block because he's very low anyway. I wouldn't have blocked that either, but he does switch into Crobat, which is going to be able to knock out my Crobat. And, you know, I debated a little bit what I want to go and decided with Togekiss. Probably wasn't the greatest idea because it is a fairy type at the end of the day. But I do get off Dazzling Gleam, forcing him to use his last shield. And he's going to go ahead and get off his move. But I decided to block because I wasn't sure if it was going to be a Sludge Bomb, which would have KO'd me. Shadow Ball probably would have done quite a bit as well. I think I would have survived that Shadow Ball, but I don't know. Anyway, he does switch into his Umbreon, which does a lot of damage. However, Umbreon is so bulky that it even survives with plenty of health left from that fairy move. So he gets off his move, and I'm trying to get up Earthquake. This is why I really don't like Nidoking, or you know, because it takes a while to charge up that Earthquake. So he's gonna get off his charge move and be able to knock me out. So I'm not gonna go with Nidoking in the tournament. I basically have my tournament team set up, so I'm going to have a couple videos of my tournament team that I do plan on going with, my exact team, exact set, so I will have that video coming up within the next couple of days. But anyway, going in with my shiny Mightyena, a lot of fun to use. Fire Fang is fast, again, though it does have Bite, so Bite is also fast. Obviously you could go with Bite instead, but you definitely don't want Poison Fang on this. But we do go ahead and knock that Golbat out, have the Poison Fang ready to go, so I do go ahead and get off that Poison Fang. Unfortunately, don't have that Play Rough. He does decide to eat the move because he knew I had Poison Fang, and that's not going to do anything to Skunk Tank. I do get off another Poison Fang, so it doesn't do a lot of damage. However, with those 2 charge moves, you know, we got more than half of its health, so I'll definitely take that. And I do go ahead and block this Crunch just because I wanted to knock him out, and I do have Mud Bomb charge up, and I will have Dynamic Punch charge up, so I decided to just go for the Mud Bomb, and he's going to go ahead and block this. And continuing the battle, I don't have any shields, of course, so he does get off that Ice Beam, which is going to do a load of damage. I do switch in my Venomoth, and people were saying on my Venomoth video that Silverwind is actually better than Bug Buzz, and it is better, so I totally recommend Silverwind, but I didn't use a charge TM on mine, so that's why mine has Bug Buzz. So he does knock me out with that last shield, and we're going to pick up a rare candy, which is nice. So we're going to go ahead, move on to another one, using my Alolan Muck. He does start with his Drapion. You know, I begin this battle just keeping Alolan Muck in, which is probably what I should have done permanently. I do end up switching it. He does get off his Aqua Tail. I get off my Dark Pulse, which, you know, he's going to take, but it still does a decent amount of damage. I actually guess I do keep it in. I thought I switched it, my bad. You know, I thought I switched it out, but no, I guess I do keep my Alolan Muck in. I think it's in the later battle that I switched that I'm talking about. Do get off another Dark Pulse, but he's going to go ahead and opt to use the shield, I guess because he had his charge move ready to go, and I am going to block that. So, you know, both of them basically on even footings, not evil, even footings. You know, we're doing the same amount of damage to each other, which is fine. He does knock out my Alolan Muck, and I switch into my Venomoth because I know Confusion is going to do a lot, and he's also going to do a lot to me as well. I decided to use the Bug Buzz just because I was hoping he would use a shield, and he actually does go ahead and forfeit the shield, probably because he had his charge move up. I decide to go ahead and take it, or use the shield at least, and now he does have his Clefable. I get off that Bug Buzz. Not very effective but still doing a decent amount. I'm happy with that damage. He does get off the Meteor Mesh. Can't wait to try out a Clefable with Meteor Mesh. It's going to be a lot of fun. But, yeah, so he gets off his Meteor Mesh, doing a lot of damage to Toxicroak. Not enough to knock me out, though, and I'm going to pick up that win. So, good game to my friend Joker, and we are going to continue on with the games. And this time, starting off for fun with my shiny Mightyena, and he's starting off with his Skunk Tank, and I'm going to pull the switch here, which is probably, as I said, not the best move, because now he can switch and I can't do anything about it. You know, I'm locked in with this Crobat, so unfortunately, I made a bad decision. I shouldn't have switched. That's going to basically cost me the game. You guys know that, but that's okay. Yeah, so I actually do come very close to knocking this Crobat off. I'm just going to allow my Toxicroak to faint because I know I'm going to be able to knock it out easily with one hit with this Venomoth, and he's going to switch into his Skunk Tank, and I'm going to continue to try to get the confusions off. He gets his charge move off first. I do decide to block because I have a Bug Buzz in the waiting. Again, it should be Silverwing Wind. I am going to switch it because I'm definitely going with Venomoth. I feel like you have to bring Venomoth on your team. I'm not saying you have to bring it every single battle. It depends what your opponent has, but I feel like it should be one of your 6 Pokemon as the option with Confusion. You know, that's what I feel like. But yeah, I'll go over discussing the 6 Pokemon I'm probably going to bring into the tournament. And, you know, I may make adjustments, and I'll keep you guys up to date if I do, but I will talk about the team that I do plan on going with. But anyway, he has his Umbreon, very, very, very bulky Pokemon, and he does knock out my shiny Mightyena, and that's going to be the game. So, good game, good game. Moving on to yet another battle, and I'm beginning with Beedrill, again, just for fun. You know, I don't really necessarily care for Beedrill that much, but I'm going to use it. I switch into my Alolan Marowak for some reason. I have no idea why. He's just going to town on me. He's just knocking it out. You know, Alolan Marowak, I personally don't think is that good. But, you know, yeah, he's just completely destroying me this battle and last game. That's okay. I don't know why I switched. I shouldn't have switched. Total mistake on my end, and that's okay. It's okay to make mistakes, guys. If you make mistakes, that's how you learn. Hopefully you don't make a mistake in a tournament, you know, but if you do, again, you just look back and say, okay, you know, I got better because I learned from that mistake. So, you know, I definitely shouldn't have switched, but I don't think I was happy with my team going into it to begin with, so I wasn't really focused. I don't know, but definitely a bad decision on my end. But anyway, his Drapion does go for the Octave Tail, not knocking out Crobat because Crobat is such a tanky Pokemon, and I do go ahead and knock out his Drapion, and I do have the moves fully charged up, getting off my Shadow Ball, so that's nice. He does choose to block, which is what I figured would happen. He does knock out my Crobat, switch into Beedrill. Going to go get off that X, is not doing anything to Toxicroak, and he's going to get off his Mud Bomb, which is almost going to knock me out, so does a lot of damage to Beedrill, because Beedrill is such a frail Pokemon, but, you know, yeah, that's going to be game, so another fine game, really enjoyed that one as well, so definitely learned a lot from that battle as well. Beginning with my shiny Honchkrow, he begins with his Crobat, and yeah, decided to switch to my Venomoth, doing a good amount of damage to Crobat. He does switch to his shiny Honchkrow as well, and I'm going to get off the Bug Buzz. He allows it to happen and actually knocks out Honchkrow. I did not see that knocking it out. I knew it would do a lot, but yeah, it actually knocks it out, so that's really nice. I mean, I know it's neutral to Honchkrow, so I'll definitely take that. I felt like the switch was also a mistake on my end, but you know, I was able to capitalize on that mistake. So, you know, I do go ahead and use the Dark Pulse. He does choose to block, probably predicting a Sky Attack or something. I did not add Sky Attack onto Honchkrow yet, but I am going to do it. I don't plan on bringing Honchkrow to the Twilight Cup, but I still want Sky Attack on it because it's still a good Pokemon, and Sky Attack is a fantastic move. Probably the best flying type in the Great League. I'm not sure, actually. I have to look into that, but, you know, he does have the Umbreon right now, and of course I have my Toxicroak, and Toxicroak beats Umbreon almost every time, unless we have very low health because of the counter, and it also has Dynamic Punch, so we do go ahead and take that one. So we're going to go ahead and move on to yet another battle, beginning with good old Crobat. I love using Crobat. It's a lot of fun. He's using his Golbat. Another decision I probably shouldn't have done. I probably shouldn't have switched because I thought he was going to switch into his Honchkrow. He actually doesn't, so the switch was okay on my end. But again, as I mentioned, you don't really want to switch first if you could help it, and I could have helped it, but I still switched, you know, in a couple of these games, so that's okay. That's okay, but switching into my Crobat, he decides to bring in his Alolan Ninetales. Now, I'm going to get off the Shadow Ball, but he does block it, probably because Alolan Ninetales is really frail. So, he wanted to get off the Ice Beam, and you should definitely have Ice Beam on this. Probably Ice Beam and Dazzling Gleam is what I would go with. But yeah, anyway, yeah. He's going to go ahead and knock up my Crobat, so I do switch into my Toxicroak, which is my last Pokemon. He gets off the Ice Beam, which does a load of damage. That Ice Beam is really powerful, guys. So, yeah, and this Ice Beam is definitely going to finish me off. So that is, hey, yet another game, another good game. So, yeah. Moving on to, is this the final game? I'm starting off with my Alolan Ninetales. Now, I have Blizzard on it. Definitely a bad way to go on my end. You shouldn't have Blizzard. You should, I didn't swap it yet. I didn't change its charge move. So I still have Blizzard, but you should have Ice Beam and Dazzling Gleam. But anyway, this game is the last match, and look, something happened. It's like glitched out for me. I mean, the battle was still continuing. Now, I talked to him after the match, and he said this wasn't happening to him, but look at this. I'm still battling. I'm still using my moves. I just used the shield to protect myself from Meteor Mesh, so now I knew he had Clefable out. So I'm able to block another Meteor Mesh, so I get off my Hyper Fang, and at this point I have no idea how much damage it's doing. You know, I'm obviously know that it's still alive. You know, I get off my Crunch now, and he's going to go ahead and block that, so now we're both out of shields, and he gets off his Meteor Mash, and I'm still alive. His Clefable was just knocked out. You know, I decided to throw this in because I thought it was funny. I mean, I have no idea. It was obviously just a glitch. But yeah, he's charging up a move, gets out of foul play, so I knew it was Umbreon, and my Alolan Raticate is knocked out, so I do get in, I believe I have the Alolan Ninetales at this point, but yeah, I do, because I have Blizzard, so we're both down to the last Pokemon. I actually do get off a Blizzard, but it took forever to charge up, so this Blizzard actually does not knock him out, but then I'm able to knock him out right after that. But really weird battle. Let me know if this has ever happened to you, and yeah, that's going to be it for this video, guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye!